Here is my 1975 Honda Xl125, and I've been ripping it around for a while, and I think it's time to do an oil change. Since I did the top end, I figured I should do that soon, and I think now is soon. So what you're gonna need to do the top, or the oil, is a wrench, and you could get the socket for on the other side, or no, it's right there, to get the little oil bolt off. Actually, I think I'm gonna need a socket. You're gonna need a socket for that, a ratchet, a bucket. This is essential. Some cheap gas station oil, very cheap and vintage. This stuff looks ancient. And some paper towel. This stuff, 10W40, that's what they recommend you run, and that's kind of what you run at all of these old Japanese engines, little tiny engines. So yeah, let me go grab a socket. Sockets acquired. So of course you're gonna have to get your metric sockets, because this is not a standard machine. It's like a 24? Exactly. Not really, but close enough. Let me take this off and get the thingy under there. This is a pretty standard oil change. That's where the bolt is. This is on there for, I believe, the Xl100s and the Xl125s. And maybe the 250 in this location. This is a good time to also mention that before you do this, I recommend you warm up the engine. So I just ripped it around like 20 minutes ago, so it's not super duper hot to where like you're burning yourself, but it's warm. The inside's probably warm. You should probably take your shifter off if you don't want to get it covered in oil, but I don't really care. Yeah, that needed to get changed. It's got like metallic in it because I changed the top end. I should take this out of here. So you gotta make sure, sorry, the angle. You gotta make sure there's a spring, a little filter thing, and an O-ring on your cap. Oh, great. No, that's not good. Alrighty, I'm gonna let this drain out, and I'll get back to you in a second. Now, when you're reinstalling this, you gotta make sure all of this is clean. Like this little filter bit here, you wanna make sure there's nothing in there. There's a little bit in there, you see that? Clean that out. If it's real nasty, I would suggest like getting your air compressor, if you have one. Oh shit. And cleaning that out. Yeah. So this O-ring here is real compressed, so I recommend changing that. But I've never done it myself, and I haven't had any issues. But if it's leaking when you put this back in, I would change over the O-ring to like a new one if you find one. If you can't find just the O-ring, I would recommend just buying an O-ring kit and hoping that it has the little thing. I do that a lot. Oh, and I guess I was wrong about the shifter. Oil didn't get... Okay, a little bit of oil got on there, but for the most part, you just gotta clean up the frame afterwards. This frame, this little cover down here, it was all real nasty before I repainted everything. Of course, it's not all dirty, but yeah. You can see that oil has like a bunch of metallic in it. That means that there's metal shavings in here. So that would either mean there's something wrong in your engine, or it was freshly rebuilt. Which, of course, I put a top end on here, so I'm hoping that's what that's from. But yeah, that's what it'll look like, I guess. Okay, this is how this goes back in there. So I'm gonna put this in here. Oh, just so you know, this particular engine, and I think the XL100, takes exactly, don't quote me on that, takes exactly 1 quart. I know this one takes exactly 1 quart. So yeah, it's really convenient for oil changes because you just need to grab one, and that's pretty much full. Although it reads on the dipstick a little bit more than full, I think. That's what they recommend in all the owner's manuals and stuff, so I'm just gonna do that. Especially since they burn a little oil anyway, so yeah. Okay, put this on here. You don't really want to over torque that, since of course it has that O-ring to seal it up, so yeah. I'm gonna torque this down, and then I'm gonna go over to the dipstick. Alright. This is a pretty big ratchet, so I don't need too much leverage on here. Gotta be careful. Like that's probably plenty. And then just a little bit more for safe measure. Yeah, that's good. Okay, now I'll go over by the dipstick. So we're on the dipstick side here. I wiped this off in a second, but since I have this goofy custom exhaust that the previous owner put on here, it's not that goofy up to like here. Kind of annoys me that it hits right there and right here. Well, like it doesn't have to because there's like wobble in it. But anyways, I might have to get a funnel, and I can't really record this since there's nowhere to put it yet. So you're just gonna have to imagine I pretty much just put the whole thing in there. It's pretty simple, not too much to it. And then I'm gonna start it up for you guys. Okay, that was a bit of a struggle, but I got it all in there without a funnel, kind of able to like put it in like that, and then just like crumbling it. It looks destroyed. It is destroyed, but I got it all in there. Drop my dipstick. So I'm gonna put this in there and make sure it's in a good level. When you're using the dipstick on a bike like this, you gotta get on it and level it, and then you take the dipstick out so you actually get an accurate reading. As suspected, it's full perfectly. It's actually a smidge over like I said it was gonna be, but if you have a bigger engine, all you gotta do pretty much is just check the dipstick while you add oil. Or you could look up your number for whatever your engine is. But yeah, anyways, this is the first oil change I have on this thing, or that I've done while it's running, I guess. I put some oil into it before, but so it's pretty sweet. Hopefully this one will last a little bit longer. I have like maybe 8 hours into this engine. Maybe like 10, but yeah. So anyways, I'm gonna start it up for you guys. And I'm actually gonna clean all this stuff up first, but yep. Okay, yeah. Alrighty, oil change complete. Do a little start for you guys. It's probably a little cold by now. I don't know if I should put the choke on. It's been like an hour almost, I think. I have no idea. I'll put half choke, just to be safe. Kickstand on. No kickstand. It's not here. Oh yeah, I forgot. Not a great time to mention. I fixed this intake leak, and now my carburetor's not. Oh, and I never tightened this bolt. I wasn't supposed to start this yet. I was supposed to put this back together. But it started and it ran. That's all that matters. Well, that's my oil change.